So it begins, as Weapons and Tube heading to prison to help Puzzles escape. Meanwhile, Puzzles is preparing for a show for all the prisoners to see before his death sentence, but Puzzles is recapping everything that happened in Puzzle Vision and the current plan of tricking both Weapons and Maggie. Puzzles receive a phone call from Maggie learning that he has only one chance to change, which Puzzles is very reluctant, but accepted as Maggie is pleased to hear. But after that phone call, Puzzles begin to be very worried, especially with Weapons. As the show begins, Weapons and Tube begin to dig up, as Weapons continues to get flashbacks of his defeat by Karen, which he starts to get angry and losing control, but Tube slapped him
Wake up! Wake up!
multiple times to focus, which Weapons is glad and now focused. As they went to the next corridor, they found out they digged the wrong place because it was a sewing unit, not a sewer unit. Which Weapons is questioning so loud that a bunch of tough grannies check out who it is, which Weapons and Tum disguises us as them, which didn't work out as they go with plan B. As the grand finale starts, Weapons barge in unexpectedly, which surprises Puzzles, and so does everyone in prison. Puzzles quickly trying to cover it up as part of the act, which Weapons is also confused, but as he sees the guards, he had to go along with Puzzles doing in a musical dance. Meanwhile, Toomp is hearing the source of the music, where the duo is planting a bomb in a perfect timing explosion, ending which all the prison cheered and so is Mr. Monitor. While the curtains close, they set up the decoy and escape while Puzzles is amazed that he got cheers. Meanwhile, at the castle showgrounds, as the game prepares for Puzzle's arrival, as Maggie cooks, SMG4 still can't believe the puzzle is coming in this castle, which Maggie replied that she still haven't forgive and she is trying to do what is right, especially made a promise to Leggy. Ford is reluctant as Maggie continues to remember what Weapons said and also Puzzle's good deeds of him changing, as she let the meal burnt.
Fucking rock!
As the trio escape sneakily in the sewers, which Weapons is very impressed with Puzzle's escape so far, as Puzzles told Weapons that he still had a lot in stores, which involves kidnapping, which Weapons is intrigued by and wants to know who are they going to kidnap, as Puzzles added that he will wipe out Weapons' memories of his family. Weapons is hesitant at first, but he accepts, as he proceeds to tell Puzzles that they should rob a bank, but Puzzles says no need since he wanted to go with the kidnapping plot. But Weapons especially see what Puzzles is thinking, that he wanted to know what his motive is and why being so desperate so suddenly. As Puzzles scream at them but calm down and proceeds to tell him that he needed this and then go rob banks as Weapons wanted. Weapons took a moment to think and do as Puzzles wished as they went off, as Toom just stares at them as their gateway was towed. Oops. Meanwhile, Monitor found out Puzzles escape and sounded the alarm. As the trio desperate for an escape, Toom transforms into a motorcycle as they're on the run fighting off police, while Monitor unleashes the Death Cube, a death fridge.
I love refrigerators.
As the trio lost the police force, they stop at a gas station to refuel, as Puzzles is very impatient, as Weapons understands and spoke Puzzles about it, which Puzzles come down. But suddenly the death fridge interrupts, ready to kill the trio. First off, they made fun of the death cube for being a rectangle, which of course is a fridge. Duh. Which they had a good laugh as the death fridge sends mockery and attacked the trio with the unholy eldritch being. The trio are on the run again as they enter the biggest collection area, as they are raining a lot of bombs galore, as Toom transformed every vehicle, Puzzles distracting the fridge, but he almost got captured as Toom and Weapons charged at the fridge, which blew everything up, as the trio up in the sky in the moment as Weapons thinking about his previous families. But as he sees both Toom and Puzzle, he calms down and ordered Toom for a safety landing. Weapons was very happy with Puzzle, which really surprised him a little. Happy but reluctant, and they went off. Back at the castle, Maggie patiently waits for puzzles as her food is literally charcoal. As Ford told her he can order takeout and Maggie agrees. Ford sets up a lot of sentries as Maggie told him that she thought he won't help. But Ford says he only does it but only for Maggie. As the trio on the road again, having a very nice chit-chatting of how everything they've been throughout the evening until Puzzle sees two directions ahead. The border or the showgrounds, which he is very worried until he receives a new voicemail, which is Maggie waiting for him, ready to prove everything wrong. As Weapons start to talk about the whole memory wiping thing, which turns out Weapons doesn't need that anymore. Since he got over it, since the pain is not sustainable, and he thanks Puzzles by giving him a shell from the last battle of the Death Ridge as a gratitude of friendship they have been developing since they met. And then Weapons says that he will help with the kidnapping, especially letting go like he did with which Puzzles is now very reluctant and had to make the choice. It's either the border or the showgrounds. He panicked, but he chose the showgrounds.
Shit just got real.
As Weapons and Tube are ready, but Puzzles tell them to hold, which made both of them frustrated, as Puzzles went to the castle to meet a wonderful welcome, as Maggie told the gang to stand down, as they begin interviewing, as Maggie questioning Puzzle how he's been acting recently, or he really changed, but as the questions drown out to one of the photos that suppose old man's final hours, as Puzzle starts to panicking, but suddenly Weapons crash the party by grabbing Maggie first, but Weapons put him down with his powers, then does this act of heroism. Maggie is surprised thinking that Puzzle has changed, while the gang is flabbergasted, especially Ford and Puzzles bragging towards him. As things are in the clear, but not for long, as Puzzles receive a huge one punch in the face by Weapons, as he is freed by Tomb. Things escalated quickly as both Tomb and Weapons are super pissed that they are literally betrayed by Puzzles, especially Weapons as he is yelling at Puzzles while trying to kill him about everything they go through since that breakout and even considered him as a friend. Puzzles then told him about the harsh reality, which really set Weapons so mad to the point he is about to tell the truth to the gang, especially Maggie, but he and Two got sucked into Puzzles' dimension. As they battling through every channel they go as they continue to trash talk each other, but Puzzles made things worse by mocking them and especially mocking Weapons why his family abandoned him, which he is not wrong by this way. Which Weapons had enough as he yelled a huge rage. Which Weapons had enough, he yelled a huge rage which caused a boom which made Puzzles lose balance and gave Weapons and Tomb a chance to defeat him and escape the dimension. As Weapons and Tomb got out of Puzzles, Weapons is not done yet as he exposed Puzzles to the rest of the SMG4 gang and especially Maggie that they're all fooled by Puzzles. As Puzzles throws him as he stands up, but he then gets berated by Maggie as she takes everything back, which Puzzles begged and begged that he change, but it is too late.
It's over. I'm sorry, but it's over.
As he gets strangled by Weapons and he is about to be killed, suddenly the Death Ridge crashed in, landed on the table, sent Puzzles flying. As the Death Ridge was about to game end Weapons and Tomb was out of energy and Weapons had no choice but to flee away. The Death Ridge went after them, but first apologized to the game for the disturbance. Everyone can process what went down, except Maggie. Look at the moon where Puzzles fly off, saying to Ford that he is right, that she's an idiot. But Ford says she isn't, as he said it's Puzzles that is the idiot. As Weapons and Tomb hide away from the Death Ridge, as he explodes everything until a TV landed in front of Weapons, which made him mad as it reminded him of Puzzles. Meanwhile, Puzzles crash landed into an unknown alley. As he is about to process what happened, he felt something in his pockets, which is Weapons' shell that he gifted for him. As Puzzles almost went angry as he is remembering the incident, but he stops as he is remembering also what Weapons says when he gifted that shell. Puzzles now realize what he had done, and now he is going to fix this. Jolly good conflicting movie. So SMG4 Guns and Puzzle is your story entry movie. Puzzles escaping with weapons while developing a friendship, as Puzzles really screwed up at the end with both sides now against him with nothing left. Overall, this movie is just so damn good. Conflicts on display, friendship developing really well, and especially the third act is the icing on the cake. I really love this entry of the story, and the crew cooked. Characters are good, the pacing is good, the tone is balanced, and the execution is good. So I give it a 10 out of 10. Now the only question is, what's going to happen next? And how is Mr. Puzzles going to fix this after he lost everything completely? That answer, we had to wait and see for War of the Fat Italians 2025. Well now, that's the entire month of July. I am deeply sorry for the long delay, procrastinating, laziness, and real life stuff going on. But I'm glad I got this video out. I still apologize. But anyways, this is just the month. It is the whole story between Puzzles, Weapons, and Maggie. This story entry is literally just conflicting and intense to watch, and it's great. Like how the crew handles this without making the whole story feel predictable, especially made for the audience to decide who's right or wrong. Now, I feel like people judge Maggie too harshly and unfair, as she is the most sane character in the group, since she has only wanted to end result to be more fair as possible for Puzzles, which is crazy to see, and that is why Maggie is one of the greatest characters in the show. When I say one of the greatest, I can't leave Puzzles and Weapons behind, since these two characters are awesome to watch, as they are a fun character duo to witness throughout the whole movie until the end turn into a huge toxic alley, which results in a huge bittersweet conflict, as their friendship really is that effective. Anyway, as this review would be the last time I cover for monthly reviews, as I plan to review SMG4 specials and movies from now on moving forward, since I think it can be a hassle at times to review silly episodes. But don't worry, I still post reviews, but on Bluesky, so follow me there. Hope you all can understand. Anyways, thank you for watching, subscribe to my channel for more reviews like this, or any content I post. And as always, peace out.